10 minutes.
Okay, so how many
I
minutes
put my
y'all want it
hands
to
in
be?
my lap.
Don't do that.
She said let us know when
Don't
we're
do
down to our
that.
last
Just
10
talk.
minutes.
Ain't no. Hold on. Yes, sir.
Because we need the 10
Yeah.
minutes so we can
Yeah.
reply. So we
Yeah.
have to have
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so they'll give you a cue.
So
For your
like
next
30
time.
minutes?
So after the 30 minutes is the 10 minutes start, right?
Huh?
It's after the 30
You got your
minutes. It's
sponsors?
Yeah,
Did you send one in the text message?
I did.
Lena
I
did
sent
that.
all of them.
Apostle, excuse me. No.
I don't know what this is.
What
Hit preview. Yeah,
you
she got to
said
hit
you want us
see,
to say some upcoming stuff?
preview the program. Right, you got to hit that.
No, we just
Yeah.
say welcome to.
When you can't hear.
We should-
Okay,
I'll
Carl.
say welcome to
All right.
welcome back to Connected Like. I want to thank everybody, thank all our viewers and everyone for tuning in.
Oh, that's good. That's
For
it.
tuning in, and
I
today
got a
we're
guy.
gonna continue
Tape
our
it for
topic
us.
from last week,
Oh.
like that.
And then you're going to go into your wifey
crew
thing.
working.
And then
All
I
right,
can just
I'm gonna
pity pat
print
on
this
it.
up.
Then
You want me to go into white?
And I'm gonna
Yeah,
do a
because
watch
actually
party,
parents-
so I'm gonna be up here with my ear things in, so I'm
Okay.
not gonna come down.
Okay.
Okay.
You doing a watch party on this?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Also, whenever y'all ready, we ready.
All right,
Get it over.
You got the
Get up there.
Oh no. I was.
Which one was it?
First John.
She sent it in the text message, 2:16.
I'm sorry.
16 should be good. 16 to 17 covers it all.
She sent it in the.
Yeah, so when are y'all gonna read it for 'em?
You gonna read it? Lily? You gonna read it, Angie?
Okay, somebody read it. You can read it
I don't have a lot of
off,
stuff on
site.
that.
You don't have to be on the camera. No.
Who's person?
Who's coming?
That's what you need to read.
What?
And again, and that's scripture.
That's
Blurry,
great.
I'm a, where you want me to put, you want me to put this over here where Wanda told you?
All right, I'm getting ready to print it out.
Let me look at it before I
Throw it down.
before I
Can you send it to Wana, the scripture?
Which one?
Not to me, you know, my phone died.
Right here. All you gotta do is nothing, just watch and make sure they looking at the camera and not at you, because they gonna keep looking at you.
Yeah. You got what's the code? You can need a code for them.
Just point to the camera.
Yeah, point to the camera. Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
And don't give them a countdown. 5.
Y'all want me to read the New Living Translation or King James Version?
which one did you like, Lori?
She sent both of them.
Say what? Can you read
So
it?
it's two for the music.
Can you read it?
The New Living one say, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. They are not from the Father, but are from the
The
world.
other one more clear. The
And
King
other
James.
one is, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of the life and the pride of life is not the Father but of the world.
Here it is.
Said the first one or the second one?
Do you wanna if after I say that and then I'm gonna say that we're gonna finish talking about this stuff, then do you wanna start asking me questions regarding? Oh my God, I'm losing my voice.
Thank you.
I heard that.
Can you hear it?
No.
Oh my
God, I'm losing my
I need
voice.
a napkin. I mean,
Oh, that's what I forgot.
I gotta get a paper towel.
You can't hear.
Excuse me.
So when is y'all supposed to be reading this? Before y'all start?
After the
It's
music.
right after.
After y'all done doing it, or?
Right after, because do y'all got the feedback? Because we need y'all to say those to us in the last
That's what
10
I was looking
minutes.
for in the
Y'all need to read the feedback to us so we can answer to them.
The ones from the last one.
Yeah, the ones that's online, or if somebody come online, let us know what they're seeing also. If they
Screen the questions, please.
So when we said we're down to our last 10 minutes, oh yeah, don't forget to say we would take we would be taking
She
Don't
sent
worry
them
about
in the
time.
text message though, didn't she?
I sent like 2. I just sent like 2.
okay.
Y'all don't have no time. It's the internet. You have no time.
We gotta be obedient.
You can look for them.
Our apostle.
Y'all doing them at the end, right?
Say that on the top.
Or
Yeah,
should I
she
be
gave
playing
us
the
a
music
time.
now, or what's going on?
Go ahead and play music.
I don't know how to
Cause we never gonna actually be ready. So it's just like, just do it.
Just let me know when I'm supposed to go. Don't think about that, just go down.
But she get that music together.
Okay.
So the music can play for a minute, and then you can jump in, and then after the music, that's when she stopped the music. I'm the one to start talking.
I don't even know which speaker it is.
This one.
If y'all wanna go past 30 minutes, I don't care.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Auntie, I think you
Is
should
it
have
on?
your arms on top
Why?
because you look
You
uncomfortable.
should have turned the
Okay.
speaker on.
That's what
Well,
I
maybe
said.
if I just
don't think it's
relax.
on.
The speaker on?
The top.
How you do it?
I think it's on the ground, like at the top.
Battery 80%. Connected to Nexus 6 and iPad.
Point I need to turn it off. Y'all want to cue me when it's
Okay,
time to
stop. Okay. That's on you.
What?
Okay. The music's gonna be playing. You got it on the logo, right? Is it on the logo? No, put it on the logo. Give you the program. Yeah. Give you the turnaround space.
You don't want to sit over there with them?
Yeah, because we don't want you to have to go over there and show them just in case something
Right,
happens.
something
Yeah, you can sit right here.
I can help it. What you gonna do while the music's playing? When the music start playing, you're gonna hit record, okay? And then you're gonna just get them a countdown. You can just,
Recorder it's already recorded.
go live.
Okay.
I'm saying go live. When you hit go live, you'll see it go live. They can't see it. And then you just count in your head like a 5, 4, 3, and then get them up.
Cut the music
Okay,
off.
so when do y'all is it
She gonna
how
like-
long do y'all want the music to play?
Do y'all want the scripture to go after y'all done talking or after the music? Or
I'm gonna do it after because that's something we should have practiced. So if you're gonna do it, you have to say it really loud.
scripture?
Yeah.
Y'all don't want me to say it? I don't know.
We want when we type in for the scripture,
It's on this board.
the scripture's probably gonna be at the end, honestly. So don't worry about that. So we'll cue you in.
So
We'll
are we
tell
talking
you.
about obsession and stuff?
Yeah, we talk about all of it. Let's tap on that because we want to piggyback off the wifey part where we were saying about the wifey. So,
So
when we
after
started,
I do the introduction.
and then we can get
then
into
I
the other
say,
one because remember we got the questions and stuff for that.
So you gonna ask me questions, or I'm just gonna start talking?
Yeah, you could just start talking.
After I say all of that?
Mhm.
Alright, no, it's after 7.
Come on.
I don't want to say that at the end. Give you a chance to
Get go live.
say we're gonna talk about the question, then ask me.
Okay.
Okay. We want to thank you all. Today, we're going to finish up our topics. We started last week, which we got great response. We want to thank everybody for their comments and their response. Thank you so much. And so we're going to finish up. We was talking about the 3 topics.
One of the topics we was talking about was wifey. A lot of people wanted to respond about the wifey part. And also we wanted to get a chance that we not only beating up on the men, but we say a little the women role in the wifey. Because, one of the things that we was talking about how people create an illusion that's not real. So in their head, they're thinking, okay, this is my wife, this is, that I'm getting ready to marry her, and all this different stuff. So you already know the story because we talk about it. But we wanted LaWanna to talk about more just the flip side. So this is what we came up with, right? We came up with that even though that the men have this in their head, but sometimes we are responsible for what's in their head because we give out an illusion that's not real also.
Yes.
So we just want to talk about that. Y'all gonna let us talk? Let's talk. Go ahead, LaWanna.
Okay. as we was going deeper into this, thinking about what we was going to talk about this week, things began to come out, and it actually flipped things around. So, as we was talking about the wifey, and if you all can remember last week when we were saying about the gentleman came over to the house and wanted to be a handyman and trying to stake claims. So as we was thinking about that, we was digging in deeper, and I had to think of how did I get to this place? You know, how did I play a part in his thinking? Okay, so as I was thinking about this was what came up. A lot of times that when women are in friendships or in relationships or trying to meet someone, it's very rare now you can get I guess you could say a man to really move like a, should I say a man supposed to move like what we're used to, you know, open a door or just, you know, taking you out, doing things like that. So as a single woman, as he was coming over to my house, I noticed that I was not interested in him at all. And as he was doing things, I started looking at him different. You know.
How different?
I'm just going to be real. I started looking at him different, like, well, he's not that bad after all.
Maybe he is kind of cute.
You know? So, and that was one thing that was going through my head at the time. Now, don't judge me. I didn't say this last week, but as I was thinking, all this stuff started coming up. And women, you know how we do, right? So I was thinking like, you know, well, he don't look so bad after all. And so I started looking at him different. He started looking better to me each day, I guess, as he was doing things, right? And so I allow him to call me the wifey. You know, I'm like, okay, he moving. I like the way he
say
move.
that.
Right. I like the way he move. You know, I guess it's okay, as long as, you know, he's taking care of business. So that was one thing that was going on through my head, you know, so. And then another thing was, I have been single for a great period of time. We're not going to talk about the years. Don't you say nothing. We're not going to talk about the years, but, you know, single for a long period of time. And as a single woman, sometimes, you know, I have children in the family and I don't have people around my family, right? So here's a man working, starting looking nice to me.
Was he a strong man?
Yeah, muscles. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, so here he is. And so I started thinking about, you know, if I can see myself with him. He don't know what's going on, but this is the woman's side of it. You know, can I see myself with him? And so, you know, I thought about it, looked at him a couple of times, and, you know, like I said, each day he looked better.
So you entertained the thought.
I entertained the thought. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, also, I even went as far as, thinking about, you know.
Just tell on it, girl.
I know, right?
Don't hold nothing back, okay?
Right. Well, as women being single sometimes, because you're not in a relationship, you feel, you know, sometimes you feel like, you know, are you attractive? Do you, you know, you feel lonely? You know, you want a little attention, okay? I should say attention, right? And so I would allow him to come over.
Just tell on it, girl.
I know, right?
Don't hold nothing back, okay?
Right. Well, as women being single sometimes, because you're not in a relationship, you feel, you know, sometimes you feel like, you know, are you attractive? Do you, you know? Okay.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
We have a
We don't know
malfunction. Sorry
what
about
just
that.
happened. Oh my God. But let's just carry on with the story. Like, you know, I just want to feedback.
Ready to connect.
I just want to feedback on what Luana was saying about the woman role. One of the things is the reason why we give these guys permission to wife us. You know, because we play games. You know, first of all, in the beginning, we already know in our head he is not the one.
Right.
Second of all, another thing that she did wrong, she entertained the thought where she let him come over and she did anything. Like she said, she did try to pay him and everything, but at the thing, it's one of them things like, you know, here's the money, and he like, no, and you thinking like, I can buy me a new pair of shoes, okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, versus, you know, paying them, you know.
Keeping it professional.
Just keeping it the way it was. And because of the loneliness, sometimes we say, you know, we get lonely, so we'll say, you know, it's okay for you to come watch a movie, you know, wrong. You know, so you play on his emotion, you play on the thought, and knowing in your head that you did not want this guy. And like me, I did this one thing, y'all. I'm just gonna tell on myself because, you know, I be liking to go to the movies on the on Fat Out of Tuesdays. So I just be like, you know, knowing I'm like, I don't care who he is, just come take me. And I'm just being honest or whatever. So therefore, it's like I'm getting off like I like you because I'm spending time with you, and knowing that I don't like you. You know what I mean? I'm just wanna just, you know, it's kind of like you feed the emptiness.
Yes.
You know, that's what it is. It's like it's something that's broken in us, and sometimes we tend to feed on things that, or just entertain things that we should not be entertaining.
That's right. That's
Okay, I had a blog one time I wrote about loneliness, and with the loneliness, it was saying that do we get so lonely that that we compromise ourselves? Do we
Yes.
compromise ourselves where we go on social sites and, you know, we do all
Yes.
these things because we just so empty and we just so lost. And sometimes it get really, really bad, y'all. Like with this, like, you know, with the internet thing and just entertaining bad things, because sometimes we don't even looking at the character, you know, just the character of this guy or
Yeah.
this character of the woman. It's like we just like, it don't matter. I just want to get out the house,
Right.
and then that's just the loneliness, the depression, the thing that is like, I do not want to be alone anymore. So funny part about that is, you know, going into like, we just want to talk about the wife, because I'd be like, you know what, sometimes women, you know, as of us, we can be, you know, I don't know if I want to call us Jezebels. So, you
No,
know,
don't say Jezebel.
but I ain't going to say Jezebel. I'm not going to go that far. But sometimes we can deceive a situation for our
Absolutely.
own benefit.
Absolutely.
Now, come on, let's just tell the truth. Now, we talk about these guys, but sometimes we already know that, you know, too, y'all, I'm going to throw some stuff out. Now, y'all know that we like AliExpress and we like that weave. So we know that he gonna say, you know what I'm saying, if he offered about a week, we gonna go on that date. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
like, if he gonna say, I'll meet you at the nail shop, then like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, just be real. That's just
Right.
making fun. But serious, like,
Absolutely.
stop playing on people's emotion. Stop, you know, if you're not into him, let him go.
Right. Don't lead them on.
Because the fact is, it's like you hurt people
Yes.
by leading them on, you know.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, take your own self to the movie. You know, buy your own hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing that. You
Get
know,
your
and
own
then you
nails
wonder
done,
why
right.
you in dangerous situations or this
Exactly.
thing that just went way above you. That's just a sad note.
Absolutely. Yes.
One of the things that we wanted to talk about also. Now, we didn't get a chance to talk about obsession.
Last week.
And one of the things that God was showing us about the illusion too of like the internet. Now we just, you know, we just wanted to talk about that part because we didn't want men to be thinking like it's all about, you know, we just talking about them. We're not talking about them at all. We're just basically
No.
stating the facts of our experience. And like we said before, if it do not apply to you, do not take it personal. Okay? Just want to let y'all know that. One of the things that God was dealing with us today about just going further into internet dating and the effects of internet.
Yes.
One thing that he showed me that how, first of all, a lot of times when we do get on internet, let's just agree that it comes from, you know, being empty, being lonely. It's come from like a sad place, you know what I'm saying, a feeling of wanting to be accepted or wanted to be a part of something or wanted to be desired by
right.
something, you know what I'm saying, like
Exactly.
far as love. And sometimes the crazy part, as I was telling LaWan about, sometimes the internet gives us that, you know, so it created an illusion, you know, for us or whatever, because we're just so caught up. So I'm gonna tell you, like today, I really wanted to know, like my son. I think he's like 24. That's bad. He is 24. I do know his age. Um, I asked him. I said, "Son, what do you think about illusion?" And he was like, he said something, and I was like, "No, no, no." I was like, "How do people get into illusions?" And I said, "Well, let me use you as an example." So the way that I explained it to him, I said, first of all, he played a video game. Like he like seriously like a zombie. Like day and night. I'd be like, boy, if you blow my TV out, you gonna buy it.
You just
Um,
described like 50% now.
So I told him this. I said, he told me the other day, he was like, I'm depressed. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna use you. So I was like, okay, so you said that you are depressed. You said that you just feel empty. And I said, what you do is you drown yourself in a video game. We've drowned ourselves in internet dating. Here's is a
Yes.
video game, but it's still the same, And I told him that one thing that we do is when we do the internet, we kind of escape reality. So we don't want to deal with our issues, our brokenness, And sometimes when we click on the internet, we play video games, it's like a comfort.
And it take you out of your world.
Yeah, it take you out of it's
Away
like
from your
going on
problems.
vacation or something
Right.
like that. But the only thing about the internet, you be on this vacation for a long time. Like you just do not get past it and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow. So I was like, so it sends you go in there broken into the illusion, and it gives you comfort. And then you realize as you in the illusion, it comes to obsession. You begin to obsess about that. I mean, day and night is in your mind, and that's just like. And I was telling Lawana, like, like even the fact that one thing about being obsessed with something is like, like say for instance, every moment that I have, every breathing moment, I was checking my Facebook. It's like, oh, I'm working. Okay, I got a break. Like I'm at dinner. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like so. Now I can't put it down. I can't put it down, and I remember what I was telling you earlier about like one of my experiences on the internet was I came in like that. I was looking for something. I was searching. I was like, and the thing was, I was saying that I was looking for love. Like I was looking for love. I was looking for that to be accepted. I was, I had been single at the time for, I want to say maybe 6 years. In total, I've been single for 16 years. So I was looking for something, and I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to, I was all these loneliness, and I wouldn't necessarily say I was broke, but I was looking for love. I was looking for love. I was looking for something, and the internet provided that for me. It provided that for me because, for one, I didn't even know that I was even pretty anymore. I didn't. I sheltered myself like with, church, and being a mother, raising kids. So when I got all this stuff, and I was like, whoa, I'm famous. Like, I didn't even know I was like that cute. Like, thank you. So they gave me all these things and stuff like that, but I was sharing with Lawana how it began to change me. So, mind you, I went in there looking for love, and I was, I just wanted to find one guy, but I didn't know it was 100 of them. Everybody was like a potential. I'm like, wait a minute, like I just thought one person was gonna like me on this internet thing.
You get choices.
And it began, yes, like it was like, and I began to, I'm being serious, I began to get real confused about this situation, and I was like going real deep, And I just want to let you know that how to be careful with internet dating and how the effects of it, like how it affects me.
Before you get into that, now I want you to share with the people, like when you start going online, and besides all the likes and the comments you was getting, like what really really hooked you and pulled you into this world?
I think it was a thing that really snuck up on me, you
Okay.
know, because for one, like I said, I was level headed, but I said last week the internet would make you like anything that you wanted to be.
Right.
You know, it will make you anything that you wanted to be. And even if you don't want to be it, it'll still make you something. And I think
Wow,
that's
that's
what
good. That's good.
what happened to me is the fact that I went in there so pure hearted, so innocent, and I came out a totally different person than I was when I first started. And I'm just gonna be real with y'all. It literally changed my outlook on life. I find myself, you know, because at first I was just like, I want to talk to one guy, and then I saw myself talking to plenty of people, and I was just like, and then it was always like I came a player. And I'm like, how did I come from looking for love, one man, and being single to the point that I'm like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, I mean, I was just like, it was so easy to be trapped into this lifestyle and then I was thinking like, now what kept me is, and then it was they offer me money, like stuff like, I want to get your nails done, I want to get your hair done, I'll show up for you. And I'm looking like, I can have everything. You know, but I didn't take it. Don't get me wrong. I did not take it. But it was just the fact of all this thoughts that I'm this attractive woman now and I can get everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So greed began to take in and I had to rebuke myself, you know? And I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you know that sometimes you have to cover your eye gates.
Yes.
And with the fact that I was sharing like how you know people would send me pictures and all this stuff, and I'm you know what, are y'all ready for this? The real, because I need to.
Just say it. Talk about it.
I need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna share this with y'all because I'm telling you the dangers of just letting yourself continue to go on this ride. And never stopping it. You know, for one, it started off like, so on my page I was telling Luana, so I wrote a lot of poems about love because I was finding love. And so, and I would have like, I wouldn't have no pictures where it was showing my body or nothing like that. But I got a lot of attention because as soon as I got on there, and I'm gonna tell you something, I got on this one site, I went from like 0 friends, in a matter of 3 months I had 6,000 friends. Just off rip. A lot of people like my writing and everything, but I began to get greedy and I wanted all the likes and I liked the attention, and I'm just gonna be real. And so I guess in my head I just felt like, you know, I could do more. So what happened was I would begin to look at other women's page and see the respond. You know, nobody was like, they was all like, I want to wife you, I want to do this and that. And I'm telling you, I was single. So, but I wanted to kind of still be taken as like, I don't want to say like, I wanted to be desired.
Okay.
So this is when I began to change. So I wanted to be desired. So here is, I'm a lame woman, I'm a church, I'm a mother, I'm doing all this stuff. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I did, and I'm gonna be real.
Please.
So,
Please
okay,
keep it real.
what I did, y'all. This is confession time. Okay, I'm playing with y'all. But what I did was, I looked at how they lusted out the other women. And so one day I got in the mirror, right? And I was like, am I desirable? You know? So I took a sexy picture of myself, you know, like just to see if I got it, you know. I didn't put it online, you know, don't get me wrong, but it was the fact that I entertained the thought.
That you went
That
too
it
far.
began, I went too far, I let it
Yeah.
get to me, because I'm like, dang, they don't respond to me the way, but who wants to be looked at as a sex object, or, you know, or someone giving you all these comments that, and I knew I didn't want it, you know, I knew in my head I didn't want it, but I'm telling you, I was changing. I was going deep. I was getting deep involved. Now, Maya, I was not exposed to this life. So now it's like that, and I was telling you, like, and then they was sending me all these deep pictures, y'all, you know, and then I, you know, that really messed with my head. First I was like, oh no, how dare you, okay, you know, and I'm being real with you know, I'm just being real, because I wasn't having sex or any of these things. So that began to mess with me. And I think Lawana experienced this too. And let me tell you something. Spirits are real.
Yes.
Let me tell you. How can I say this? Okay, so while I'm getting all these images and I'm changing, now mind you, I done became a pimp. Now I'm thinking about, showing skin. Now I'm, I'm taking in I'm not deleting the pictures anymore. I'm
Right.
keeping them, like, keeping them. So I begin to have this spirit of lust begin to just fall on me.
Before
Now-
you get into that, I want to say, how long did it take you from where you started to get to that point?
Less
Like-
than a year.
All this in a year?
Less than a year.
Wow.
I mean, it happened so fast.
So fast.
And it took me on a roller coaster.
Mhm.
And the crazy part, I'm like, I'm not going to get, I'm too anointed. I'm not going to get caught up in this. And I'm like, no, that would never happen to me. I could go into darkness and come out and I'll make all the darkness turn to light. Like, and it was so funny that I find myself trapped.
Yeah.
Like, I found myself, like, in all these stages, and I thank God I was strong that it didn't overtake me.
Mhm.
But let me tell you something, like that spirit of, like, that lust spirit became on me.
Yes.
And I began to be in heat. I was like praising God and feeling a certain type. I was in church. I'm like, it was happening at the wrong places. Like, I'm worshiping God. Like, what is going on? So it began to seduce me.
Mm.
And one day, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all might not believe me, but it's the truth. I was laying in my bed, and it was a demon spirit of lust began to come in my bed and slept with me. And it took me almost 2 years to get this off of me, because it just kept putting images in my head, and I literally felt it like it was a man sleeping with me. My body was on fire.
Jesus.
My body was on fire. And I would begin to tell Lawana, and I think you shared something like that happened to you also.
Well, not to that extreme, but but it is possible. This stuff is really serious. We may be making light of it, and but it's still so serious. I mean, once you get into this, you don't know where you're gonna get off at. And I just thank God that she came out, and God began to heal her and renew her, with, of course, praying and fasting, doing everything she had to do to get that off her, because that's a real darkness. And if you're not ready for that type of world, don't play with it, okay? Because everything always start off innocent, I would say.
It does.
Yeah.
And you gotta be careful, because one thing about it is the internet keep us on selling ourselves. Whether you selling yourself with your body, you selling yourself with your thoughts, because it's like, oh, you get a like and you keep, you want to keep on thinking, and next thing you know, you'll be your things that you posted, and now you want to get something else from the internet to act like it's yours,
Yeah.
So at
That's
one
good.
point,
That's
it
good.
changes us in some form of way.
Yes.
It changes us to a form. And then the fact that it's not, honestly, it can be good, but it can be unhealthy also. Very unhealthy. I was reading online, and just to let Lawana go into the fact that what really happens online, and the fact that and I'm gonna tell you something, like, that is nothing to play with. Loneliness is nothing to play with, and being empty. When you go into the internet, make sure you have a clear head, and make sure you have a target
Yes.
of, and the problem is too, the internet does this also, y'all. It does stuff like, it makes us, what is it, the word I'm saying, like, we got this image of, normally, if it, remember when we had the guy next door, like, we liked him. He could be ugly because of his personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ugly, but he got a good personality.
Yes.
Girl, he made me laugh, But with the internet, you have a choice.
Yes.
So now we don't look at the boy next door anymore. You know what I mean? We want the fine brother 6 feet tall. Let me see, 250 pounds worth of muscle. You know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm
our
saying?
dream boy.
Our
now,
dream.
Now we're able to get our dream.
We
guy. We
don't-
would have settled for the guy next door.
Not
but
the
now
average.
We about to get our dream.
Your
guy now.
appetite get bigger,
Yes.
and sometimes I think that sometimes that's why the internet is meant for us to continue to be in search.
Yes, it is.
It's continue to be in search. Like I was thinking about how it was like, you know, search the net.
Yes.
So I was thinking about, okay, what is it? The fact that if it says search, that means that you continue to be in search and never find.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the internet over 10 years, and I've been looking for love for 10 years. It's not where it's at. For one, because it changes, you know, how we see things. As far as like we don't deal with the average person anymore.
Right.
So we continue to look for the next best thing always.
Yes.
So versus I'm meeting this guy and hey, and he could be really handsome to me, real good, and he talking, but I can't seem to stop looking. You know,
Right.
and he could be everything that I want him to be.
But you won't.
But
take the
I be
time.
thinking in my, I don't really say it, but it's kind of like in our spirits, it's like we could do better.
Mhm.
It could be more, or he's finer than that one, he's finer than that one, you know. And it's just it get real crazy because it even some of the profiles. What did it say? Like where the sign said it was like some of these profiles are fake, so they create Ken for you. You know what I'm saying? And Barbie for you. Order so you can look over me,
Wait a minute,
you know,
you
because
actually said that some sites kind of force you to lie about yourself.
It does.
Because if you don't fill out everything, it won't let you enter the site. So now, if it don't apply, now you got to put something there just so you can get on the site, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
It
That's
forced you
crazy.
into lying.
Yes.
Most people know, like this one site, POF. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Plenty of fishes. So it be ask you your income, your education, and all these things. It asks you all these things or whatever, and it's forced you to lie. You know you don't make no you know $100,000. You know what I'm saying? You know you barely eating off 2 pieces of bread and some cheese. Okay, so but. Order to be desired
Yeah.
and somebody to pick you, so you have to lie
Yeah.
and say that look. And some people I be laughing because sometimes they be like, I'm just self-employed. I mean that no employed, like, you know.
What you talking
So-
about? I cut hair. There's nothing wrong with that. You
I'm just
self-employed,
kidding.
You self-employed. Yeah. I want to just stop for 1 minute and encourage everyone who's listening. If you can, if you want to comment or ask any questions, just type them below, and we'll be sure to ask them. Make sure we have time to answer them at the end of the show.
Yes. And just talk
Yeah.
about some of the dangers of and what type
So-
of people are on the internet.
Yeah. Well, we looked up some statistics about the internet dating, and do you know over 10% are sex offenders that's on the internet? Okay. So, out of all the ones on the internet, 10% are sex offenders. Some of them on free sites, you got 1 out of 10. They said 1 out of 10 are scammers. So 1 out of 10 people are scamming you on the internet, whether they're trying to get in the country, whether they're trying to get some money, whether they're trying to, whatever they do, okay? So also, they said every 16,000,
Or kidnapped.
you know, every year, 16,000 are abducted. And then you got 100 murders, you got 10,000 rapes. Am I saying that right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these numbers are ridiculous by predators. You got 51% are already in relationships. So you won't search on the internet trying to find a relationship, but 51% are already in relationships. Not to mention the 10% that's already married. You have a lot of men that's married on the internet, you know, talking to women and doing all these things while people are really trying to find love. So these
Playing
odds,
on your emotion.
these odds don't look good to find love on the internet. Just out of this, and then on top of that, you have 33% have sex on the first date. A lot of people who hook up on the internet, they have sex on the first date. Unprotected sex on the first date.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 have unprotected sex on the first date. So these are, you know, some of the statistics of the internet. If you want an internet date, I think you should really weigh your odds and really think about it. Or, you know, maybe the guy next door won't look so bad next time you look at him.
Right.
You know, you like his personality, can make you laugh. He can take you to the show. You know him, okay?
Okay. So we really want to take this chance out and get some feedback, or some people asked some questions on last week, and we just want to take the time to respond to those. If you're watching, if you can relate to any of these stories, like, holler at your girls, okay?
Yes. Let us hear some feedback.
Let us hear some feedback.
Let us know we are not the only ones,
Right.
okay?
Like, some of y'all got, crazy stories. It's so crazy. Look, y'all had all this written out for all y'all, but none of this happened, okay? But we will get to that, because internet is something else. And I just want to encourage y'all, don't sell yourself out. Don't sell yourself out. Don't sell yourself short. I think that, don't let it get to a point where it becomes an obsession, or that it gets you in an illusion. Don't trade your pain out for this.
Yes.
Your brokenness out for that. Let God do that for you.
Yes.
God is able to heal you, and it don't cost you anything. It does not cost you compromising yourself.
Right.
It does not. His love is just so great for us, and we don't have to deal with these symptoms, and we don't have to take temporary fixes that leads into nothing. And nothing. And that's another thing I want to tell y'all. When I was on the internet, even though I was searching for love and all these things, and the internet act like it was my friend, it acted like my friend. Like it gave me everything that I thought that I desired at that time. But one of the things that I'm telling you, that when I had all these men coming at me and everything, and what it did was, when it got me to that point of where it was just like I was kind of all into it, and then I began to spiral down. So where I thought that I found a cure to my emptiness and all that kind of stuff, it made me more lost. It made me more lost. And it's like you're going into something and then you leaving out with something else. And even from this day, I am healed and I don't fall into these traps, but there's still residue of the fact that how I let myself go so far.
I want to say, I love what you said, and I know we're probably about to get to the questions, but you said the internet became everything that you was looking for, everything that you needed. I don't know if anybody out there ever seen that movie, Her, how the man fell in love with the computer. I mean, that's some serious stuff. Because as I'm watching that movie, I can see how that can happen. And looking at people today, that's what they do. We fall in love with somebody we can't see, we can't touch, we just hear their voice, and just, they make us laugh, they do all these things, but they're not a physical being. Some physical you can see, and it really surprises me how easy, how easy we can get caught up into that. And then also I look at the fact that how the internet, the more you on the internet, the more it finds out about you, the more you teach it about you. I know y'all be on Facebook and it remind you of things you search and all this stuff. It's trying to be your friend. It's trying to connect with you. If I can say, So that's really something you got to be aware of. It's really serious.
Yeah, and I was saying this and touching on that. One thing about I found on Facebook, that when I would search places like my shopping things like Macy's and everything, I put it in my bag, and I will go on Facebook, and the same thing I put in my bag, my nieces too, will be on Facebook. So that's what she's saying, that it gathers information. So in order for them to continue, they keep you, keep looking, and next thing you know that you're buying this. So it's all connected together. So keep everything private as you can, you know what I mean? Like, because this is real. So I don't know, anybody got anything to say? Because we got, people that's here. Anybody got a comment? Any of y'all got a comment? Angie got a comment?
Well, I was gonna read.
Okay.
Can you all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Huh?
Anybody got a comment?
Apostle has a comment.
All right, I was just gonna read. I had asked, the question was if someone was in favor for internet dating.
Mm-hmm.
And they had made the comment that they felt like it was wrong because we as Christians, we say that a man finds a wife. So her response was, hey, I need to get louder. Can you hear me? All right. So I asked, did she think it was wrong? And she said, yes, I do. To me, that's just like when Sarah was told she would give birth next year, and she felt she had to help God by telling her husband to go sleep with the help. I feel if we made our petition known, he will do it in his time. But who knows his time? We want things when we want them. God's timing is not our timing. I look at myself. I want my mate, and I'm up there in age. Do I like waiting this long? No. But what I am going to do is be more active by doing swim classes, hustle classes, etc. Get out there and live. Maybe then I might meet Mr. Right.
That's good.
That's really good, and I actually agree with that comment because I think that if we actually waited, well, yeah,
Repeat the question.
Why is he whispering?
he wants you to repeat the question.
He wants you to repeat the question. No.
The question was,
They
is
can't
it
hear you.
right? You can't hear me? Okay. You sure you can't see me?
Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but basically what she was saying is, they were saying was they don't think that internet dating is good. They basically said that they think that you should wait on God, and they said that, and to me, looking at what we're talking about, I think that sometimes we need to wait on God. I think that people want everything fast now, and when you want everything fast, you get caught up. You get very caught up in things that's not good for you, and sometimes you might lose some stuff, down the road. So I think that we should. I think, me personally, that's just my opinion. I think that we should wait, and because I feel like I'd rather wait than deal with a headache. That's just me. I don't want to deal with the headache. And sometimes, dating is exhausting. Keeping up with all these people, responding to all these people are just a job. I remember I was so naive. Like, I will get 300 messages, and it would take me like a full-time job in 8 hours just to respond because, and I'm being so serious. I'm being honest because I was like, well, if they took the time out to say something, I could take the time out back. Oh, I'm like, seriously, it's just too much. And it's very overwhelming. And I think that when you wait on God, it ain't going to be overwhelming. It's just going to be right.
Yes.
And then you could be looking for something that somebody else is not looking for too. Because while you trying to internet date, they probably just internet entertaining. Entertaining as many people as they can to stop themselves from being bored.
Good.
I like that.
to be
That's
with.
good. That's really good.
And you know what? And to respond to that, I was watching a show about women and men internet dating. And the men said that they just be trying to have a conversation, kill some time. And the women, they looking for a relationship. So the men,
No, they want the husband versus the wifey.
Right. They looking like, look, I'm just trying to kick it for a minute. So absolutely.
And a lot of people feel like they probably don't have a choice but to do internet dating because a lot of guys now, they don't approach you personally or nothing. They always want to DM you or something, or if they see you, they don't want to approach you because they scared they're gonna get rejected or something.
Yeah, people do that.
They do.
But the internet be giving them the Superman. Believe
Yeah.
me, because the
Yes.
ones that won't meet you on the street, they'll be trying to hey. You'll be like, now you know if I was walking down the street, you wouldn't dare be asking for my number. So, but I'm just laughing. But
Now,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On my way here, I asked my driver, and I said, well, how do you feel about the whole internet dating? And he was like, well, do you really feel like there's pros and cons to it? I'm like, well, I believe so. Yeah, there's pros and cons to internet dating. He was like, well, he didn't believe that there was pros, and he said he didn't think there were cons to it. He said because you can meet a person, in person, you can meet them, and they'll turn out to be the same person that you were going to meet online.
Mhm.
So he felt like there weren't really any cons to it because
the same thing can happen whether it's if I met you in person or if I met you online. You are still going to be that same person.
But you won't be getting catfish because I done met some people. Let me tell you something. I done met some guys that I think they had their false teeth in, and when they came around, I'm looking like, what happened? I could see through your whole
They high
mouth.
school pictures up.
Okay, so then one time I met this guy, and I'm gonna be real with y'all, and he had, I think he was standing behind somebody's car. That's why I said that last week. And when he came, he was on foot, and I did like this, and all the dust came out.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm serious, y'all. Back to this, okay? But yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
She got 2 more comments.
2 more comments. Lanisha said
We're gonna take the 2 more comments, and then we also gonna give
a
some
plan of escape.
plans of escape.
Venus just said that hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
Yes, that's good.
And then somebody responded to y'all
Just talk up.
Facebook last week. They say, hey ladies, once again I want to thank you all for the subject matter. Now, not too long ago, I put this very question on my Facebook page asking if it was okay for me to go online to find a date. I've been single for a long time, and at times I just want someone to talk to other than my 18-year-old son. So I got a few comments about the subject. Now my eyes are really open because of some of the things that you ladies were saying. I do know of some successful relationships starting online, so I believe that to each his own, and you have to be careful. You have to be careful any which way if you decide to go. I'm still torn between the two, and I don't know if I should just wait or go online and see what I can find. I'll be sure to tune in to you guys. I'll be sure to tune in with you ladies next week to see part 2 of the conversation. Thank you guys again, and have a great day.
We want to thank you for that comment, and we pray that this help you make that decision. So,
Yeah. So we're gonna, do some.
was it another one, or that was the last one?
After
Okay.
this, we're getting ready to end, but we did, think about, when people get obsessed, some things that you can just, what I want to say. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm laughing because I got I got a silly thought, but I want to say the right thing. But this is a plan of escape for when you go too far. You get too far. We just want to give you some tools of how to get out of it when you can get deep involved. So, and then after that, we're going to really end, and we hope you tune in next week because
Yes.
we got some topics for you. Okay, so just
Yes.
keep on sharing us, listening to us, because we got something to say. Okay.
Yes. So one of the ways.
Amen.
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 Period.
Okay.
Period.
One of the ways you can escape is see it for what it is, okay? When you go on the internet, just see it as a search. Understand what you're getting yourself into, okay? Disconnect yourself from it. Try, if you find yourself getting more and more
Always
into
on
it,
it.
always on it, picking it up instead of conversating, putting
Run.
it before things. Warning. So try to disconnect yourself from it. Try not to make yourself so available to do it. Leave
Always available.
always available. To every chirp on your phone. You just like,
I just got a notification.
is that my phone? Whose phone is that? So try not to make yourself available for it. Stop feeding into it, okay? Stop feeding the thoughts that come to you, all the lonely thoughts, depressed thoughts, and things.
The
the
comments, the
flattering,
flattering.
all those things. Stop feeding into it, okay? You want to say something? Okay, don't give attention to it, with the comments and things like that. Don't give attention to it. Start focusing on things that you neglected in your life, like friends, families, family going to hang out, or just going out to dinner with no interruptions. How about that? And also,
Don't let it validate you.
don't let it validate who you are. Don't let it change your character. Don't let it change your personality. Be you. This thing will try to take over, okay? So don't let it in. Get some resistance, okay? Also, find something to do to make you feel good. If you like swimming, Go swimming. You like dancing, get some friends, go, like somebody said, hustle classes or something. Whatever you into besides the telephone, you know, get out there and do some things. Connect yourself to life. Okay? Find a distraction for you. That goes with that. You know, getting into things you like to do, you know. And so also,
Most of all, pray.
that's number one.
Pray.
That's
Ask
number
God
one.
for help.
And yes, that's number
Ask
one.
him for help and he will.
And also, you know,
Just to-
also, you know, just reevaluate yourself and find out what's behind it.
yeah.
You know, and you know, find out what's behind it, where this void coming from, where this desires coming from, and try to fix it. Okay?
Okay, thank you all.
All right.
Bye.
I thought we were gonna say period.
Bye.